Hello, Boston Bruins fans. We are pleased to welcome you to our news channel dedicated to providing up-to-date and reliable information about the Boston Bruins. Our mission is to share high-quality, truthful news with our valued audience. Be sure to follow the latest and most up-to-date news about the Boston Bruins, which is published daily here. To always stay informed, we invite everyone to subscribe to our channel. Sometimes in life, two things can be true. The 2022-23 Florida Panthers got off to a slow start, went on an absolute tear after the All-Star game, finished 8th in the playoffs and reached the Stanley Cup final. They were a better team than the first half of last season suggested. The 2022-23 Boston Bruins had a historically good regular season, and it was historically good until they fell to the Panthers in a baffling first-round collapse that lacked grit and mastery of adversity. They lacked the postseason magic that many assumed would extend beyond the first round. You can't completely rule out a historic regular season, and now they're proving it, but those Bruins were at least a slightly worse team than their seemingly easy and breezy regular season suggested. In hindsight, the game was significantly more even than we imagined the Panthers would be, with Matthew Tkachuk playing drums the entire time. This season, both pick up where they left off, with the number 1 Bruins in the Atlantic Division at 13-1-3 and somehow as good as last regular season, and the Panthers second in the Atlantic Division with a stable record of 12-5-1. Many expected the Bruins to take a big step back this season after a 7-game collapse and the departures of Patrice Bergeron, David Krejci, Taylor Hall, Tyler Bertuzzi, and others, but they clearly remained elite. As Boston and Florida face off Wednesday on TNT, here are 5 reasons why the Bruins are still atop the standings. The best joint goalkeeper remained untouched. Many called for a trade for defending Vezina Trophy champion Linus Ullmark and his $4 million average annual value to alleviate some of the Bruins' roster woes as they searched for 2 key centers with virtually no money in the offseason. The team decided to keep the best goalkeeper in the championship despite the arrival of Jeremy Swayman, which was the right decision. The Bruins' goaltenders are close on and off the ice, and their achievements complement each other. Combined, the Bruins conceded the fewest goals in the league, averaging 2.18 per game. Their combined save percentage, .931, is also good for the league's best. Swayman Rubu Asina no inicio desta temporada com record de 702, uma media de 2.09 gols sofridos, and squared 5 na liga, e uma porcentagem de defesas de 0.933, and squared 3 na liga com pelo menos mais 3 jogos disputados, do que o n squared 1 e o n squared 2. De acordo com Money Puck, Swayman é o número 5 da liga com 7.6 gols contra o esperado. So porque Swayman teve comigo forte neo significa que Ullmark neo esteja montando uma temporada para esse mesmo. Ele tem record de 611, uma media de 2.23 gols sofridos e uma porcentagem de defesas de 0.928. Ele ocupa o 12 degrees lugar com 4, for defesas acima do esperado. O que isso nos ensina a todos? Que ter dois goleiros de elite podem ser tão eficazes quanto ter dois centros de elite, enteo neo concert o que neo está quebrado. David Pastrnak a. Bame, David Pastrnak. Lamento informo ao resto de NHL que David Pastrnak ainda é David Pastrnak e na verdade a massa está al dente como sempre. O extremo de 27 anos está solidificando seu status de estrela na primeira temporada de seu contrato de 8 anos no valor de $90 milhões. Ele liderou os Bruins na pontuação com 12 gols, apenas 3 deles no power play, e 29 pontos com classificação de mais 11 jogos. Ao lado de Pavel Zacha e do capitão Brad Marchand, ele tem uma média de 19,08 no golo na primeira linha. Ele está empatado en segundo lugar, na liga com JT Miller com 29 pontos e SU ponto positivo, / menos está empatado em oitavo. Poderíamos tentar complicar as razões do sucesso dos Bruins, mas, honestamente, tudo se resume algumas verdades simples. Seus melhores jogadores têm que ser os melhores, seus grandes contratos têm que correspondem ao valor dolas e as necessidades de seu elenco de apoio. Pelo menos seja decente. Pasternak eliminou os dois primeiros do parquet para os Bruins agora nesta temporada. The rise of Matthew Poitras. When franchise legends Patrice Bergeron and David Krejci retired and took their modest successes from last season with them, the world turned to one man to save the Bruins, 19-year-old Matthew Poitras. Just kidding, and if any Bruins fans try to tell you that they saw the rookie coming in the offseason, don't believe them. Poitras' excellent training camp led to him remaining with the team for a few games, while management decided whether to send him back to the minors. He eventually nailed down the third-line center role for the NHL club and fit in well to alleviate the holes left by Bergeron and Krejci when the lineup needed to be shuffled. Poitras has 4 goals, 8 points, a +3 rating and just 4 penalty minutes in his first 17 NHL games. He's calmed down a bit, sure, but he's tied for 5th in rookie scoring with 8 points, and he's doing it in significantly less ice time than most above him. He's averaging 14.38 TOI in comparison with Connor Bedard's 19.35, for example. Poitras is clearly cheap on his entry-level contract, keeping him on the third line between struggling Jake DeBrusk and PTO graduate Danton Heinen and contributing scoring. He's exactly what the Bruins miraculously hoped to find on the market last season, with about $1 and 2 center holes to fill. Already leave your like in this video, because it is very important so that you don't miss any news from the Bruins, which we will post on this channel at any moment. Thank you. Continuing? Were the other centers really that bad? Pavel Zacha may have struggled to live up to the high draft pick the Devils had for him, number 6 in 2015, but that doesn't mean he was ever a bad player, and our minds can sometimes play tricks on us when he balances both. Zacha fared well, while Bergeron battled injuries last season and is thriving once again as these Bruins top-line center. In 17 games, he scored 7 goals, 14 points and a +7 rating with a TOI average of 19.18 alongside Pasternak and Marchand. He has a decent 50% shooting percentage, and the Bruins are outscoring opponents 14-5 at even strength when he's on the ice. Then you have Charlie Coyle, who reminds us that he used to play in the top 6 in the early stages of his career. He is third on the team in scoring, with 6 goals, including a hat trick, and 15 points in 17 games. Coyle and James Van Riemsdyk managed to get the best out of each other, which was obviously key for a team that needed to make valuable trades and rely on interior depth. Trent Frederic is now Coyle's second line. Maybe these two were good picks for the Bruins' top 6 all along. Bargains pay off for Don Sweeney. What if I told you that Boston Bruin James Van Riemsdyk has 5 goals, 13 points and a +4 rating in 17 games in 2023-24? What if I told you the man is thriving on the second line and at first forward, at 34 years old, on a 1-year, $1 million deal with the Bruins? He had a fantastic renaissance alongside Coyle. The Bruins also reunited with old friend Danton Heinen, who has fit in well on the third line after joining the team earlier this season on a PTO and signing a 1-year contract worth $775,000. They have veteran linebacker Kevin Shattenkirk with a $1.05 million cap hit and center Morgan Geekie with a $2 million cap hit. Plus, the coaching staff uses all of those deep plays in the right way. You don't want to count on the stingy Heinen to score 1 million goals, but his two-way game is underrated and you know he can defend and eat up minutes. You don't want to reveal Shattenkirk in every game or force him to play a lot, but if you pick the right battles, he provides an interesting veteran presence. You put Van Riemsdyk in position to pass and score and he still did it. It's wonderful to have you here. I am extremely happy with your presence and would love to hear your opinion in the comments, so that we can together expand our knowledge of Boston through this channel. Sharing knowledge is essential, so I would be very grateful if you would subscribe to our channel, allowing us to reach even more fans. With your help, I feel motivated to post videos daily and keep it constantly updated. By subscribing, you will receive notifications whenever a new video is published. Thank you immensely for your support.